Hello fellow gamers, ClassicGamePhreak here. What can I say? I've been putting off making a video because I thought I was going to have some changes and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I've actually been playing with green screens, and I was actually going to start doing some reviews using green screen and so on, but I'm doing it in my game room and I haven't found a way to put the green screen up nice without it falling or whatever, and I've got two cats who get curious about everything. They've pulled it down twice now, so I'm still in the works with that. And I fully expected to be like, hey, here's why I haven't made a video in so long. So same old game room right now with the green screen, which is actually a bright green sheet in the background. So eventually, I guess. So first off, things have been crazy. I've been gone for a couple of days. I went and visited family, but I applied for a job to be a driving examiner, to be the one to give the driving tests, possibly be the one in the passenger seat with the checkboard. My application got approved for that, so I got to do some testing in Tulsa, and did pretty good. Data entry, my data entry scores was 95%, almost 96%. I felt real happy with that. So now I'm just waiting for either a phone call or an email. I can't wait. I've definitely felt better since this has happened, so I'm hoping I get this job. It's Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's a cool job right there. Saturday and Sunday off. It's a state job, so it's going to compensate well. Here's to hoping. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the last video I made with the Tumbler and the Bat Pod. They've done a tour called the Tumbler Tour. You can go to their website, tumblertour.com, and see where these things go. It was neat seeing that thing. It really was. Hearing it fire up. You hear me giggle in the stupid video, okay? You hear me giggle as soon as they start that thing up. I mean, that's the man instinct in me, just, So, if you haven't seen the video, check it out. It was really cool to see that thing. The Bat Pod, it's kind of underwhelming when you see it. The Tumbler was cool though. I could never own one of those things, but it was cool. So while I was in Tulsa, I stopped at a couple different shops, and I had some money in my wallet, but decided not to spend too much. I have a lot of people that's buying Resistance Burning Skies on the Vita. Here's coming soon. So I needed to keep some money in my wallet. But I did stop at a couple of thrift shops and bought a couple of things. First off, of all people, now my ex and I were together for 6 years. This is the ex before the last ex I had. We were together 6 years. That is a long time. We had a lot of bitter feelings at the end and everything like that, but we became good friends. She's friends with my mom and dad. She ended up leaving something at my mom and dad's for me, knowing that I'm into film and everything, and I'm blown away by this, and I wanted to share this with everybody because I was just floored by this thing. But it's a vintage camera. This thing was made in 1956. It's called the Cine Kodak K100. And I mean, look at that. That is old. Shoots using 16mm film. I was floored when I saw this. And I mean, for what it is and who it came from, it's in really good shape. So, I mean, as you can see in there, 16mm. It actually has something written in here. F2374912 to change matte. I don't know what that means, but man, yeah, this is so cool. I don't even know if it works. It still does need to be cleaned a little bit, but yeah, this thing is just wild. This is a turret camera from Cinekodak, and it's heavy. It probably weighs a good 5-6 pounds. It's heavy, but yeah. So on to games. Yes, right after I got done seeing the tumbler and the bat pod, I was close to a thrift store that I used to frequent when I lived in Tulsa. I've bought a few games there. I've bought some Game Gear games there. I've shown the Pong machine that I have. I bought that from there. Went in there. I didn't expect to find anything because they had a lot of CD-ROMs. They had a lot of the Sims games for PC, the old ones. But I was rummaging through the shelves and came across this. It's a steering wheel for the PS1, Mad Catz. And if you're wondering how much I paid for this thing, I was kind of surprised on how much I paid for this thing. I haven't tested to see if it works yet. I haven't pulled up the PS1, but yeah, you can see there. $3. Yeah, $3 for this thing. I thought, why not? You know, I mean, it even came with the box, so I was blown away by that. I was like, why not? Now, the thing about it though is, I had decided that I wanted to go ahead and put it in a trade video. The problem with that is it's heavy. So if I was to trade this to anybody, we'd have to figure something out with that, because that weighs probably about 10 pounds, if not a little bit lighter. So that's a lot of money going to shipping. Then I was kind of surprised by this. This does work. I tested it out last night, and it needs to be cleaned up a little bit. And I'm also putting it up for trade. Unfortunately, no wires or anything like that, but I am putting it up for trade. So if anybody's interested, let me know. Sega Genesis Model 2. $298, and it works great. I bought my Sega with a few games for like $30 a couple years ago, and it was kind of funny to see this thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, it doesn't have any cords or anything, but it works fine. So if anybody's interested in a Sega Genesis, let me know. I really don't need to, and I bought it more for a trade type deal because I had heard a couple people, a couple of my friends say they wanted a Sega. So here it is. Throw some offers my way, of course. If you're going to offer anything, PM me, don't comment, because that gets annoying. So yeah, those were a couple of neat finds. Unfortunately, those were the only things. I actually went into a couple different game stores there in Tulsa, and like I said, I wanted to hang on to as much money as possible for Burning Skies. But even after looking through some of the games, I really didn't come across anything that I wanted to just pick up right there. They had Shining Force for the Sega Genesis for $20, but that didn't come with a box or anything, and I was pretty sure I could find something, online for about the same price with the box. So I'm just gonna bide my time and see what happens. So there's a great game shop in another town about 20 miles away from me that sells some pretty good games for cheap, and I'd like to go over there before I buy any other classic games. So anyway, that's all I really have to say for now. I was just real happy to at least do a game find, or a game style find. Yeah, it's been some time. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. Talk to you then.